we're going to get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, and a special welcome to our free flight Raptor show. How are we all today?
Good.
Alrighty, good to hear it. My name is Paige, and joining me today is Adam, and it's our job to introduce you to some Australian birds of prey. So for those of you that don't know what a bird of prey is, it is quite simply a bird that eats meat. So they hunt and consume other animals as their primary diet source. In saying that, an Aussie bird of prey that you might see today around the park could be a magpie or a kookaburra consuming meat. But today, at this presentation, you're going to meet 3 raptors. So they eat meat, but they have 3 extra special features that further categorize them to be a raptor. These include forward-facing binocular vision to target their food sources, so they can see really long distances, sometimes kilometres away, which is pretty mind-blowing. They also have really sharp talons at the end of powerful feet for seizing and holding on to that prey. And last but not least, a raptor will have a sharp, pointed and hooked beak, perfectly designed for tearing prey into delicious little bite-sized pieces. Now, I have just mentioned some sharp, pointy, and arguably gnarly features, and today you're quite lucky. You have one raptor going over your head. You have one raptor going in front of your head, literally like this. And then you have one raptor so large, you don't want him going anywhere near your head. You're welcome in advance. But all of our raptors have very carefully trained routines. They are used to doing this, which is sitting down calmly and quietly. As soon as you start standing up, putting phones in their flight path, putting hands in their flight path, putting children in their flight path, it happens. There's a reason I'm saying this. As soon as you do anything out of the ordinary like that, you'll probably throw them off. That throws the whole presentation off. So for us to deliver an excellent presentation, we ask for your help, if everyone could just bear that in mind. But without further ado, we will kick things off and get started. And today we're going to start with a nocturnal raptor. Now it appears that our box has decided not to... Oi! Wow! That was good timing. You got the magic stroll, Adam. As soon as you walked towards it, it started to function. So this here is Milo. Milo is an eastern barn owl. Barn owls are an owl that you can spot on every continent throughout the world, except in the harsher climate of Antarctica. They belong to the masked owl family. This means that they have that beautiful but also iconic love heart face shape. So as Milo comes closer today, if you have a look, you'll definitely be able to see the thick brown feathers around the exterior of her face. It does create that love heart shape. Excuse me, where are you going? It does create that love heart shape. However, it isn't just a cute shape. It doesn't just draw attention to those dark eyes. It actually has a very special purpose. And that purpose is that it acts as Milo's own personal inbuilt satellite dish. So this comes in handy because her favourite food is mice. Now from an adaptation perspective, mice are evolved to be sneaky, to be vigilant, and to be very good at hiding because they have a long list of predators. However, they are no match for the barn owl, because with that inbuilt satellite dish, your barn owl can actually hear a mouse as it runs along the forest floor, the footsteps of a mouse. It can hear a mouse as it goes from treetop to treetop, rooftop to rooftop. It can hear the squeak of a mouse as it talks to its mouse buddies, maybe warning that there could be a predator nearby. And if you're not impressed yet, a barn owl can also hear the heartbeat of a mouse. This is something that it's capable of detecting from 8 to 10 metres away. They are also capable of silent flight. Milo has been displaying this today. They only weigh about 350 grams, so that's about the weight of a can of soda, and they're also very soft. They have frayed edges to their flight feathers too. All of these mean that when they beat their wings, not a single wing beat can be heard. This all means that they are excellent at tracking and hunting mice. So, in the event that you have signs of rodents around your property, what you should do is install a nest box, just like the one Milo just went into. What you shouldn't do is reach for the rodenticide. As soon as you start poisoning the rodents around your property, they're going to feel sick, they're going to venture out to find water, and then they're going to be easy prey for predators like Milo. Milo comes down and gets some easy food, Milo passes away because that is a poisoned rodent. Really nasty process known as secondary poisoning. Great alternative is that nest box. If you install it in your backyard, maybe in a tree or along the fence line, you invite beautiful animals like Milo to your backyard. And when they have little chickies on the inside, not only is that cute, but they can take down 6 to 8 mice in one single night. So it is extremely effective. Definitely take that into consideration. So that was an example of a nocturnal raptor. We are now going to be joined by Snappy. And Snappy is a crepuscular raptor. He just wants a slow entrance, a dramatic pause today for Snappy. He normally comes flying straight out. So this tells me that he might have spotted a bird of prey. What are you doing today, mate? Honestly. Come on, Snappy. He might have spotted a bird of prey. Good boy. On the way down. So if he spotted a bird of prey, that reaction that you just saw was him saying, you want me to come out into the open? I am in a really cozy box right now. I feel very safe. And you want me to come out there? So he just needed to take a minute to really think about it and build his confidence. But now that he's out here, you can see that he is on fire. He is very confident. He's 16 years old. He's been flying in the show for a long time. And you'll know, oh, okay. Snappy, we'll give you one more chance to come out. This tells me he's seen something. He has seen something around here, and I don't blame him. He might have spotted the juvenile white-bellied sea eagle that we had low flying right here over the nature kingdom. So with a larger bird of prey around, it can be intimidating. Yes, Snappy is a raptor, but when it comes to raptors, it makes sense that his instinct says, I'm going to avoid the big ones. And normally he's very good at avoiding the big ones because out in the wild, they are a crepuscular species. So this means they would be active at dawn and dusk. He's very comfortable flying during the day. He is very well practiced, but he might feel a little bit exposed at the moment. So what we'll do is we will get Snappy back out. Oh, you've decided he doesn't want to keep going? He looks a little bit unsure. Hi, I'm over here. Do you want to try again, Adam? Okay, alright, we're going to give him one more opportunity, but it's really important as raptor trainers that we listen to our birds. We can't make them do things that they don't want to do, because then what happens is the next time Snappy comes out here, it's not as positive for him. So we want to make this space as positive as possible. So we will give him one more opportunity. However, if he does choose not to participate, we are going to say, that's okay, Snappy, you have done your best today. Those are the wide eyes. Honey, if you're in the front, you'll need to take a seat just to make it as easy as possible. So Snappy is a crepuscular hunter. He has those big, beautiful yellow eyes. And the yellowness of the eyes, look at you looking around. You really think that you've spotted something, don't you? He's sitting quite comfortable there. Now, the yellowness of the eyes means that he has excellent vision during the low light periods of the day. Adam, I think we'll call it on that. It seems like he's a little bit unsure about coming out today. And if you are interested in seeing Snappy, please don't be concerned. We do always take him to our after show area. So you can absolutely come and take a closer look. He should be purring and a lot more content in the after show area. But this is one of the perks of working with real animals. We give them the power to make their own decisions. And that's what we want to do. Otherwise, we're forcing them to do things. And we've put a lot of time and effort into making this space as comfortable as possible by listening to him as much as we can. So with our crepuscular hunter, active at dawn and dusk, you also met a nocturnal hunter. The difference between the first owl that you met and Snappy is that he is a hawk owl. So he belongs to the hawk owl family, means he has a few features that make him look like a hawk or more of a raptor in comparison to an owl. So if you come and check us out in the after show area, you'll be able to have a closer look And maybe you can ask Snappy what that was all about. I'm sure he'll tell you with a number of his different vocalizations. But we have saved the best for last. So what I'd like everyone to do is have a look up the hill, because we are about to be joined by Omega. And Omega is the largest raptor that you can find in Australia. He's coming in hot today. Looks like he might have a little bit of wind beneath his wings. There we go. Hello. There we are. This is Omega. And Omega is a beautiful wedge-tailed eagle. Now, as you have a look at Omega today, you'll notice his impressive wingspan. Now, that wingspan can reach 2 to 2.5 meters in length. And check him out while he's in his mantling position. You get to really appreciate the diamond shape to his tail. Now, that wingspan, yes, can reach 2 to 2.5 meters long. He's mantling over his food. So he's spreading out his tail feathers. He's also spreading out those wings. This is a mantling position because he's protecting his food. He's mantling over it. And he's trying to send a message of intimidation to every single one of you, but also to me. He is trying to say, if you try, that's the facial expression we like to see when you see Miggy enjoy his food. He is trying to tell every single one of you that if you try to approach him and take his prize or his catch, you are doing a little bit of greed. Now, this is a raptor that in the morning, where are you going? That in the morning is very sweet. He's lovely, but right now he's in food mode. So he was even trying to send that message to me, even though I had a very solid relationship with Omega. Now, with those features that we went over, the long wingspan and the diamond or wedge-shaped tail, it means that these guys can fly at heights of 2,000 meters high, 2 kilometers high. Now, while they're up there, all they have to do is look down, and then clear as day, they can see what their next food item will be. So 2,000 meters high, they look down, they can see a rabbit twitch its ear. And that's how they spot their next food. It's among the most impressive binocular vision in the entire world. Now, for their diet, they typically take down small to medium-sized mammals. However, you've been here at Lone Pine today, so you've all seen wallabies and fully grown kangaroos. These guys can also take them down. Now, how they do that is by working opportunistically in pairs or groups. They will seize an opportunity when the large prey item is fatigued or not feeling well, and then they will use those feet that have 10 times the strength of a human hand and those sharp talons that can actually pierce through to vital organs. That's how they'll take down the really large prey items. However, up to 70% of a wild wedge-tailed eagle's diet is actually introduced species. So this includes feral cats, feral foxes, and feral rabbits. So this means that you have an apex predator who sits at the top of the food chain, and the majority of their natural diet is taking down introduced species that aren't supposed to be here, that are damaging our Australian ecosystem. That's incredible. However, unfortunately, they have some pretty major threats, and they are all human-driven. Prior to the 1970s, your wedge-tailed eagles were nearly shot to extinction by humans. They were mistaken for taking down livestock when they didn't really take it down, but they will take advantage of an easy meal in the form of deceased livestock or ill livestock. If you saw Talon, the wedge-tailed eagle, in the middle of the sanctuary, he has had half a wing amputated because he was shot by a farmer at the point that they were a protected species, and this was illegal. We also have another wedgie who succumbed to being hit by a vehicle. So he can't do that same length flight that Omega gets to do while he free flies every day. We do free fly him. We do other flight training. Sometimes it involves a remote control car with food attached to it. So we get to ask him to exercise. And also we like to think he's taking his revenge back on cars. So it's quite funny to see that when it happens. So what you can do to protect our wedgie is really simple. You're travelling Australia. You see something in the middle or on the side of the road that you can't identify. It could be a wedgie or another raptor mantling over some food, trying to protect it. Your car, your van, your truck, as it approaches, is not a threat. They don't realise until it's too late. What they think it is another predator coming to take their food. So what we need to do is help them by slowing down, jumping on the horn if it's safe to do so, give these plain-sized raptors a fighting opportunity to get out of the way. He only weighs 2.5 kilos. He looks a lot heavier, but they are plain when it comes to raptors, and the females are twice as large. So please keep that in mind. Also, if they've been sitting there eating and snacking for an hour, they don't want to move just as easily as you would think. So I think our raptors did a pretty awesome job. Even Schnappy, who wasn't as confident today, what are you looking at? You can see that he's ready to go. You want to keep doing your fun fly. We're now going to head down to the after show area where you can come down, have a chat, have a look at some of our raptors. And the next show that you can see is the sheepdog training presentation starting in 5 minutes' time. We will have Raptor holds. Excuse me. Patience, please. He might have dropped some food over there. I've actually been, he did. Okay, someone has it? Oh, the crow. Oh, I'm so sorry, Miggy. I'll have to get you another piece. That's what he was doing. He wanted to go and tell the crow, excuse me, that's my food. Good spotting. We do have our holds as well. They're $15. That money goes back. He's really mad at that crow. That money goes back into supporting our sanctuary, also our raptors, half of which are rescues, which we are really proud of. But thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and enjoy the rest of your day at home time. See you later.
Pretty present. Incredible. Beautiful. Incredible.